Hello, hello, Dream Teamers. Shelly, Willis, and Holli Seidel with the Cannon Builders Dream Team. It's Wednesday.
What's up?
Definitely think we should
get
have
tired of that.
we should definitely have a theme song. Manny, theme song.
Yes, we need a theme song. Who out there is creative that can make us a little intro? We need an intro. All the cool YouTubers have it. We're not cool, but we can try.
And we're not YouTubers.
That's right. True. How was your Valentine's Day?
It was good. It was good. It was on a Monday, which you're off, which is nice for you guys.
Yeah, well, my husband wasn't off, so, you know, he owns his own business. You'd think he'd take off for the day, but no. Valentine's Day happened to real boy.
He still made it special.
He did. He made it really special. We had a great date night. He surprised me. He left money for me to go buy an outfit and spend the whole day. It was a spoiled the wife day, which was great. So kind of did a bunch of things and spent his money instead of mine, which is wonderful.
Love those days.
Yes, he really put a lot of thought into it. It was great. So thank you, Michael.
That is very sweet. My boys were really sweet. My 10-year-old insisted that Dad take him shopping Sunday morning, and as they were leaving, I heard him say, "Dad, we gotta go spoil Mom."
Oh, she's
so
raising him right.
I know, right? Yeah, he did good. So yeah, we're gonna try to celebrate this weekend since we're off. So
Awesome. Well, we have been crazy busy around here. I am in this weekend, you guys, and my schedule is filling up quite quickly. But we have some great, exciting, cool news. Our Stone Crossing is sold out, of course, but we're getting ready to do pre-construction meetings over here, which just means that development is going to be moving a little bit faster now, hopefully, over at Gettysburg Commons. So we're hoping within the next 60 to 75 days, we'll be able to start selling some homes over there. We're only taking lot holds right now, but hopefully we can start putting some contracts down.
And you guys, you still calling the phone every time the phone rings for Gettysburg Commons.
We do bets, like rock, paper, scissors, Gettysburg. And Gettysburg always trumps.
I know, and we love it. We love it. We just wish we had more information, but we're getting it, trickling it in little by little. They're giving us, you know, things to be able to share with you guys. So we are excited about that, and then all the construction that's going to begin in Stone Crossing.
Absolutely.
So exciting. But today we're going to talk to you guys about something that we stress a lot is about structural choices when designing your home, because let's face it, the structural items you can't go change later. So
create that.
Yeah, we really try to emphasize that when we are writing your contract or when we're doing color selections, that we really need to focus on some of those structural selections if your budget doesn't allow you to put, you know, a gazillion options in your home.
Everybody has a budget. So we're just trying to creatively put you there. And a lot of times people say, oh, I've got to have granite countertops. I've got to have the best appliances. I've got to have the, you know, the newest and the best. And it's not always that important to do those things. It may be more important to put those items, put that money more towards structure, because structure cannot be recreated. And if it can, it's going to be very costly to do it. So it's more cost effective to do it while you're under construction than to make that modification later. You can always add granite. You can always put colored walls. There are different things that you can do. So talk to your design consultant about about how you should best spend your money. Everybody has a budget. If we know what it is, we're going to help you maximize that, get the structural items that you need, and still make your house a home and beautiful.
Absolutely. The one thing we put down on our list, one of the top things, is too bold. Don't go so bold that it can't be recreated, or you're going to have to really put in some money later to change it up. So we know that different color countertops right now are, you know, very trendy. I'm not even sure what green it's called. Maybe like an emerald green. I'm not sure, but forest green. It's a really dark green. It's beautiful.
It is.
I would suggest, if you really want that, maybe put it in a powder room or a smaller bathroom, because you could maybe paint that later, replace that less costly, rather than putting it all in your kitchen.
Yes, it's okay to be bold, but be bold in the right areas. Maybe focus your, you know, if you're into that color, that emerald green, maybe pop it on your walls or do an accent wall or something like that. Things that are not structural, that you're not tied to for the life of the time that you're in the home. So it's okay to be bold. Please understand, we're not telling you not to get out of your comfort zone, because I mean, we talk people out of their comfort zones all the time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Never a regret. Let me rephrase that. Nobody ever regrets going out of their comfort zone, but put it in the right areas. That way, if you're not comfortable with it, what we like and what is trending today may not be trendy tomorrow. I mean, we all remember the pickled cabinets. Gone. And that was not gone soon enough, right? So there are things that are going to come and go. So make sure that your selections are timeless or that they're easily changeable later.
Absolutely. And splurging on, not splurging on what matters. Like, so, what were we putting on there? The islands and I don't know.
Well, here, we kind of talked about this. Shelly and I are back and forth about this. So we were kind of coming up with our top 5, and a lot of people will say, you know, I'd rather splurge on a paint color than spend the extra money getting the LVP floors. Luxury vinyl plank is going to last a lifetime. It is durable. It is waterproof. It is wonderful. So people will pay for an upgrade of, let's say, $1,500 to $2,000 for a luxury vinyl plank floor more than they would pay for like a vinyl floor. So if you're trying to get that hardwood look, but you don't want the budget that's tied with it, if it's too far out of your comfort zone, you know, splurge on what matters. That extra $1,500 in the big scheme of things is literally going to be about $5 to $15 in your payment. Absolutely. So think about it as you've got to reduce it to the ridiculous. Think about how much it's going to cost you monthly, not how much. Don't focus on that bottom line number as much, and think if you can afford it in your monthly budget, then go ahead and do it now, because it's going to be a lot less to pay the difference between the standard to the upgrade than it is going to be ripping it out later and replacing it.
And the thing I always tell people is, like, if you, let's say you don't do it and you are like, you come home every day and like, man, for $15 more a month, I wish I would have. And here I am carrying my $5 coffee from Starbucks. I'm not saying don't get your coffee, because we get our coffees, but
you don't want to see Shelly without her coffee.
Yeah. But you know, it's really a difference if you do the math. Like, oh my God, I could have had the flooring I wanted from the get-go versus, you know, I mean, $15, let's face it, you know.
Splurge on what matters for sure.
Absolutely.
Something else to focus on is impractical kitchen designs. I said that wrong. Impractical kitchen designs. A lot of times people are they're on Pinterest, they're on TikTok, they're looking at these kitchens and they want to design it to make it look pretty. We're all about making it look beautiful. Yep. Gosh, make it look beautiful. But I've had buyers that want the sink in the island, but the dishwasher on the other side of the room, or they want the pantry tucked away and hidden and not in a functional space. When you're in there using that kitchen, you're entertaining, you're working in your workspace. The kitchen is the heart of the home. If it's not functional for you, it's not going to be functional for a future buyer. So you've got to focus on resale. Make sure that your kitchen is functional for today, tomorrow, and the light years past that, because that is going to be forever. And that sets the whole tone of the whole house. Absolutely.
And you said a good point. Like, we have to think about resale. I understand we just broke your contract and we haven't even broke ground, but we have to think about resale. And I bet you 9 times out of 10 of our buyers said, this is our final home. This is our forever home.
Right.
We don't know that. I mean, you don't know that. You hope it could be, but we don't know. So you have to design your house that somebody else would, you know, appreciate it. It's not something that's so crazy that somebody's going to walk in and be like, who designed this? Like, what were they thinking?
Why is the dishwasher by the pantry? I'm not washing my food in the dishwasher.
Who does that?
I get that it looks pretty and it's going to be awesome when your friends are sitting there and you've got your little cutlery boards out, but at the end of the day, make sure it is functional and beautiful, and we can help you with that. I mean, we have 40 years experience combined.
That sounds so, we get sound old.
I know, we each have 20. Let's bring that back a little bit. Something else to think about, you guys, is planning for the future. A lot of times people will say, you know, I have an idea about what I'm going to do with that lower level. So I'm not going to rough in the basement. I'm going to skip that because I'm probably not going to finish it for 10 years. You're right. You're probably not going to finish it for a little bit. You just spent the bulk of your budget on the upstairs, making it functional, beautiful, livable, and yours, right? Well, let's think about the future. If you don't rough it in, you can't finish that bathroom without, you know, chiseling into the floor or, you know, structure. Some people will get rid of, extra closet so they can have additional finished space for bigger pieces of furniture. Make sure that you have storage, ample storage. You can finish for the future. Splurge on that extra window in the walkout of the lower level so you can count both areas as living space. There are little things that you can do that are budget conscious that will keep you readily available for future finishes.
Absolutely. One of my favorites, speaking of lower level, is roughing in for a future sink. Like if you're gonna do like a bar area, wet bar area, you're gonna need a drain for that. And a lot of people don't think about it. It is something that can be done later, but if you know the area is so inexpensive to do it right now. I mean, we're talking pennies.
Absolutely.
Inexpensive. So,
and we've got a lot of people that work in IT. They're high tech folks. One thing that Shelly and I will readily admit is we are low volt challenged. But let's say you're going to put in a security system, or you're going to put in surround sound later. Our design team and our builders are going to help you with that. If they know that you're going to do it, they're going to tell you, hey, go in when everybody's done with all their roughs, put some PVC behind the wall so you can just fish those lines through and it'll be ready to go. If we know what your overall goal is, talk to your sales consultant, talk to your realtor, talk to your builder, let them know what your overall goal is for this house. Not just today, but for the future, so we can help you plan and make it easier later. Because let's face it, everything's going to cost money. So if the less money you spend getting things done, the closer to your goal and the next step you can take in equitable value.
Absolutely. And then the more you're gonna like us.
That's right.
You're like, thank you
You're my Christmas card list.
I love these. I really do. I mean, there's so many designs right now that are very, very trendy. You know, I will be the first to say that we have a lot of shiplap in our house. And I told my husband, because my son's, you know, he's getting 10 and he doesn't want shiplap in his room anymore. And he looked at me and they had like 10 heads, because he's like, what do you mean that shiplap's staying forever?
Right.
You know, because there's, I mean, it's a lot of work and
Absolutely.
there's a lot of nail holes to fill, apparently. I don't know, but
Yeah, everything we're reading saying shiplap is going out. Well, guess what? We are not on that coast.
so
Shiplap is still in. Design accent walls are still in. Those sorts of things. If there's something that you've had your heart set on, those are the non-structural things that can be changed later. Shelly will be ripping all the shiplap out of her little guy's room at some point. But guess what? If she didn't, that house would sell today.
Yep, absolutely. But my 10-year-old's not very happy with shiplap in his room, so we're gonna change that up a little bit.
So take him to Qdoba and talk about
That's
it.
exactly right. Well, maybe what we want to talk about maybe next week is design trends, like what you guys are loving, what you're hating, what you are curious that is up and coming for 2022. Holly and I are always doing research, always trying to figure out like what is going to be the next trend, and you know, in design that we're, you know, they're always way ahead of us, you know, a year ahead of what's coming. So there's a lot of information out there, but I'm curious to find out what everybody is seeing, what everybody's loving, what they're not loving anymore.
I agree. And our marketing department is going to do a phenomenal job on this or that. So focus on our Facebook page. If you haven't subscribed to our updates, definitely jump on there, because you're going to see a lot of this or that, and how you can save money, how you can make things cost effective, and how you can make your design on a dime work for your budget.
And it's one of our favorite things to do when people like, I love this quartz, but it's just not in their budget. And we make something work that they feel like, oh my God, it looks the same. It's just, it gives them that high end feel without to not be able to splurge on it. So it's awesome. I love that feeling of being able to, I got an option.
We can make it look like that. Here's how. So you guys, we are looking forward to going over those design trends with you next week. So tune in. And again, definitely subscribe to our updates so you can see some of the things that are coming out this week. We've got a pretty cool year plan for you. So we're excited to share it with you. And we thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.